All right.
Hello.
We are ready.
We're
We are
here.
fluffed, coiffed, and ready to have a fun live chat with our friends. Hey, Shauna.
Hey, Shauna.
How are you this evening?
It's Monday.
It is.
Hey, Denise. Very Monday.
Hey, Denise. Hello. So it's been raining every day here in Denver for like the past week. It's nuts. I'm wearing a sweater and it's June 5th. It's weird.
Mary, you got
Hey,
to meet
Michelle. Mwah. Mary, hello. Twist, Kathy, Karen. Everyone is popping
and
in.
Laura is here.
Laura. Oh, happy Monday to you all.
Yes. This is the first Monday I've had to work in a long time. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, whoever came up with the American work week and work hours
Henry Ford
really did us a disservice. I mean, at least in Europe, they have a siesta, you know?
Well, to be fair, before the American work week, they just had everybody working ridiculous hours. You know, we have the unions to thank for us not working like every waking hour of the day.
That's shitty.
That's just close to home. Union history and West Virginia history are very like closely entwined. So like it's one of those things I had to learn about in school that's now embedded in my brain.
Which I have to say, Angela, I love your brain.
Thanks.
You know this. You know that's one of the things that I love and admire about you.
Somebody else
it's your
said
incredible brain and its retention of information. I love it.
But I mean, it's only good in like pub quizzes and random YouTube channels.
Hey, Chris. It's good to see you.
Hey, Claudia.
Claudia. Hello. Claudia was one of the first people who invited me to have a live sale.
Me too.
She's so awesome.
Claudia and Aaron were the first ones who had me on for vintage and random things. So I was a little lost when it came to the history highlight because somehow I didn't have a lot to do this weekend. And so I ended up like doing a whole lot of house stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I drove 2 hours to pick up a Facebook Marketplace find.
Oh my. How did you have time to even be perusing the Facebook Marketplace?
You know,
you squeezed it in somewhere.
Well, no. So I saw this item, and it's funny because I don't like where I put it. It's going to live somewhere else, not where I had planned to put it. But that's for a future discussion. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's going to live. Well, so, you know, in my bathroom, I have that washstand with the basin and the ewer and basin.
Yes.
And I love it, but I've always wanted like a full one because what I have is missing its towel holders, it's missing its mirror. And
okay, so you got a replacement then.
I found one that was complete and it came with a basin and ewer. But it's too much in my bathroom, you know?
Really?
Because, you know, I have my valet chair and I have my 2 sinks currently. Now, if I lose a sink, it might not be too much.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't just switched those sinks.
I'm not a plumber. I'm like a little afraid. I don't even know where to turn the water off right now. So that would
be all right. All right. Yeah.
I need somebody with plumbing skills to give me a hand before
Well, now's the time in the summer. You don't want to deal with that, plumbing and pipes in the winter. So
this is true. Now we'll see. But so I think I'm going to go back to my original one, and that one's going to live somewhere else until the bathroom sink switch happens.
Okay, so you were keeping both standing basins.
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to get rid of one of them. It's not a replacement. It's an addition.
It's an addition. But they won't both live in the bathroom.
Okay.
One will live somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I have plans for my guest room. And it would do well up there.
Oh.
Now, when those plans will come to...
Shall we guess what she wants to do with her guest room upstairs?
I mean, you can guess, but...
A dressing room.
I'm not going all the way up there to get dressed. It's just turning the guest room into more of a fancy guest room.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it going to be like some of our pictures that we have selected with all of the beautiful gauzy drapes and chandeliers, possibly?
Possibly. But more like fabric on the walls.
Oh. So more like the interior of one of the caravans. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Or a chateau.
Or a chateau.
Which might turn out to be wallpaper because it's way cheaper than fabric.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all way down.
Kathy says, stuff it full of treasures. Make it your hoarding upstairs.
That's my entire house. Kathy, you know. You've seen pictures. Heather's been here. She knows. But yeah, so but that was the biggest part of the Saturday. And we celebrated the local restaurant we go to had their anniversary celebration. They've been open a year, so they had a big feast. And so we went and feasted. It was
excellent.
Delightful.
To the feast.
But what are you drinking?
Some green tea in one of my presents that Angela got me when I came to visit. Brown transferware masons. I don't remember the pattern, but she got me two of them.
I don't remember the name of it either. It might be on the bottom of the saucer.
Yeah, I just don't think I'll be able to read it. Well, maybe. Hold on. The glasses are here. I could actually read it.
Yes, Beauty and the Beast. That is my favorite Disney movie.
Bow Bells? I think it's Bow Bells.
Bow Bells. Okay.
I think that's what it says. Yeah.
I'm using my my Seneca crystal that I picked up when you were here.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, it really does stand out, the etching. It's really nice.
Simple and pretty. And it's just an Angela concoction. It's nothing special. I just needed a beverage for this Monday. Well, let's dive in. My history highlight's not super long because I was lost on what to do. And I was inspired by something we viewed at the Museum of American Glass. And you'll just have to guess what it is before we get there.
Okay. All right.
We're starting with a perfect place setting.
Be our guest.
I do. Set us to the test. I found this website. She just focuses on table setting for one, which I think I need to just start doing because I'm a big fan of, using the pretty things. And I like that she used a bunch of different colors of Fiesta ware.
Yes.
Because, it's kind of restaurant wear. It was inspired by restaurant wear, way back in the day. And it comes in so many fun colors. And this felt Peacock inspired to me. So
I like the gnome. The gnome is really cute.
Why not?
Why not?
Stick a gnome on the table.
Yes.
But she started it was all inspired by these cloth napkins that she found, I think, at TJ Maxx, and then she went with it from there.
Yeah, Denise says it looks 60s-ish, and it does kind of have
that mod feel.
Electric, green with the blue.
Yeah, I can see it like a
mod.
60s little mod dress in that.
Yes. Yeah.
Almost definitely existed at one point in time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yours was fancier.
Yeah, I found this on a blog somewhere, and I thought it was really pretty. I love malachite, and so I saw the malachite obelisk for the green, and then I just, the green with the purple, the orchids. It's very formal, but it's not pretentious. It's interesting. I thought it was fun.
It looks easy. It doesn't look.
Yeah, it looks easy.
Fussy.
Right. But orchids, man, orchids are so beautiful.
Oh, and I love the tiny little topiaries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Behind obelisks.
Yeah. So romantic. I do think it stands out against whatever dark room they're in, very moody.
It's very moody.
Dark.
A gothic garden.
Yes, gothic garden. That's perfect hashtag for this.
Hashtag.
Yes. Gothic garden.
I don't remember where I found this. It was very random, but Laura, I'm sorry. Her orchids are struggling.
Yeah.
But they found this old, I think it's a dresser. I don't think it was intended to be a buffet. And they made it into their coffee bar, and they were just highlighting all their uranium that they use for drinks and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to see, but tucked back in there, they also they use vintage coffee cans to hold their supplies.
Where the coffee cans are in the inside somewhere?
Yeah, it might have cut it off, but
okay. It's gorgeous. It looks like one of the Art Deco bars, but obviously enlarged. So they must have used, some sort of chef robe or something, and then made that, kind of coffee bar / display cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Very swanky.
So you see what looks like a uranium glass butter dish that's sitting on top of a coffee can.
Okay.
An old coffee can.
Okay, I see.
Behind the juicer.
Yes.
But I like this bar. And then, of course, the old coffee sign is fantastic. So, coffee bar.
Right.
Plus uranium glass. Things I love.
Yeah. I definitely could see you wanting to create something like this where
perfect for a speakeasy.
Yes, exactly. Where instead of just your glowy cabinets, you marry your barware and some of your serving pieces with the glowing together.
My water pourer.
Yeah, like that.
So pretty. Ooh.
So yeah, I saw this photo and just thought, well, this would actually, I don't know if this is someone's collection or not, or if just, someone was selling them or what, but I thought, how fun. Instead of coffee table books on your coffee table, what if you had a collection of these celluloid and or velvet covered albums with the beautiful images on them? So I thought that could be a fun collection where it's just you replace your coffee table books and put a bunch of these. That's what I was thinking.
Why not?
So, why not? Exactly. Have a collection of the albums themselves and use them to put other things in. Like, you don't have to put in photos, put in your postcards. What's so funny? What did I miss?
Mary's talking about my faces. I'm making faces.
Oh.
My face is expressive. You know I get
Oh,
excited.
Karen, you want to make one of these photo albums?
Oh. Crap that you could. But you
Well,
can
I feel
find
like
these.
yeah, because you can find them, and usually they're empty. But that just makes them perfect candidates, just awaiting, your own creativity to put something in them.
Yeah, your found relatives,
Yeah,
Your
either a
instant
photograph
ancestors.
collection or just an ephemera collection. Maybe you want to collect old advertisements and find a way to maybe like just mount something over the whole, you know what I mean, so that it would be flat and just use them as
Mm-hmm.
display pages for an ephemera collection. I'm sure you could do all sorts of things.
Oh yeah. I never come across these, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, Chris just got a velvet album from Cindy. Need a class on how to fix the binding versus hot glue.
I would ask Cindy.
Yeah.
So she would probably have a good idea. But ooh, hankies.
I love that idea, Karen. I love that idea. You guys, Karen Gillette just suggested, yes, putting your collection of vintage handkerchiefs inside. And you don't have to glue them. You could probably just like clip them at the top with some sort of pretty clip, right? And have it be a way to display your vintage handkerchiefs. I think it's genius, Karen. Love it.
Kathy says in all caps, no hot glue. So use that as your first hint.
Yeah, I'm inspired. Now I want to put my hankies in an album. I think that's great.
All right. Oh, this is my rustic reborn. I've been obsessed with my yard because it's just ridiculous right now. And
hey, Tammy.
I just like on the side, like I want like a little oasis thing. Of course, I need a fence between me and my nosy neighbor before I can do that. But
oh yeah, your nosy neighbor. Do you want to tell them about that?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm better than they are. I'm not gonna badmouth them on the internet. So if you want the details, you can message me later. But you can find old doors of various kinds. I like that. I think this one, like right behind the wicker chair, is one of those Dutch doors, which I like the idea.
I see it. Yes.
Or those are just windows. Those might just be windows above. But I think this would be a relatively accessible thing if you're at all mechanically construction minded.
Mm-hmm.
You can piece it, you find a door here, find a door there, find some windows. But
yeah, if you have a restoration,
enjoy those rain days where it's not blowy, in the summertime where it's just raining like crazy. I think that would be a fun little place to sit and read.
It really would.
The bugs wouldn't be bad if it was raining, Kathy. We just light some of my wine bottle torches and then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Ooh.
So, of course, I like all the fancy, but I specifically picked this picture because I have always loved these pleated, gusseted, round pillows, especially ever since a couple years ago, Christine McConnell made some of these. Do you remember that video?
Did you see her newest one?
I think I did. What was it about? I can't even remember anymore.
She made another lampshade.
Yes, I saw the lampshade. Yes, it was beautiful with the airbrushing and all of. Yes, I saw it.
It was funny because you just shared Ace of Shades, so I was like, eh.
Yeah,
Look it.
Yeah. Yes. So, and these are, you can find these on Etsy. So I know I can find them for between $50 to $70. Now, for me, a lot of them are the polyester velvet. I would want either a cotton or silk velvet because I'm a snob like that. But I loved it for these darn gusseted round pillows that I keep thinking, oh, I'll find one. I'll find one at an estate sale, but I haven't. So one day I'll order some, but I love them. They're just that over the top French, chic, feminine, you know.
Super. I like the wall sconces in this room.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, I can't see the details, but I bet it's very pretty.
Yeah. Either Hollywood Regency or older. And either way, they're beautiful.
So I have 2 media musts. This is the new channel from our friend Stephanie from Chateau Diaries that she's doing with her friend Ollie, just about their travels around Europe. There's only 4 or 3 episodes so far. But I really like this one because they go to Barcelona and he takes her to a few places built by a Spanish modernist architect, which, if you remember back to the Art Nouveau history highlight, modernism was Spain's version of Art Nouveau.
Okay.
And this, Louis Dominic, I think his name was, because when you think Barcelona, everybody thinks Gaudi, but this guy was just as popular, if not more popular than Gaudi in his own time. And there are a few monuments to his architecture that are stunning, and they visit 2 of them. So
Susan's here. Susan, I love you. I'm so glad you're here.
So it's worth, if you like travel channels, it's worth watching, especially if you like to see pretty things, pretty places.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm assuming it is just full of amazing architecture that will make my eyeballs want to pop out of my head.
Yep. And then I had to come back to Bernadette Banner because she did this video the other day, and it's like so many of my nerd loves come together that if you don't want to watch any of Bernadette Banner, you should watch this one if you're a nerd like me, because she talks about the fashion used in Doctor Who and how they use fashion to like mark like changes in both time, space, and species and things like that. Okay. Like Madame Vastra, she's the reptilian looking lady here on the right. She's like stuck in like 1890s UK, but she wears a morning gown, which means she gets to keep her face veiled. So it plays into it. Plus, like, her entire species is dead, so there's that. So there's many levels.
So she is in mourning.
She is in mourning, but it was just fun. If you like silly, if you like fun thought experiments, it's a good one to watch.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you did this one.
Why? Okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, I know when I was visiting with Angela, she was already 3 or 4 episodes in, I believe. And I hadn't started. So I watched it once I got back home. And I binged this thing within 2 days. And I have to say, I loved it so much. I feel like this is the best thing Shonda Rhimes has ever done. It felt like I loved it that much. And the reason why is because I love watching something that feels like I read a good book from beginning to end. And you have the perspective of, like, you see her life, how it started when she became queen, but then you also are reflecting back to her, as an older woman. And by the end, when you bawl like a baby, like a blubbering
it was
woman,
good. It was not what I expected.
I loved it. It was like when you finish I'm going to call this a movie, even though it's got episodes, right? Because, it plays to me like watching a really long movie, and it just felt like, closing, finishing a really good book where it's just like, yes. So if you haven't watched it yet, I say give it a try.
And I really
so I know it's not everyone's thing.
Side story between Violet and Lady Danbury.
Yes.
Like the female friendship part of it. It was so good.
I really, really liked it. I know. I mean, I've heard from other people who maybe they didn't like it as much as I did, but
if you went into it expecting like season 1 of Bridgerton, you wouldn't be happy. Just like they weren't with season 2 of Bridgerton, because it was a different feel because it's different characters.
It's its own story. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still ready for more Bridgerton. I'm ready.
You're ready.
Anyway, let's see. So, what I love about this history highlight is, first of all, I didn't know what I was going to do, but then there's callbacks to a number of different history highlights we have both done in the past. So see if you can catch them. This isn't about cameos, specifically.
Okay.
It's about cameo glass.
Oh!
And do you remember the person we discovered at the American Glass Museum, Kelsey Murphy? All those amazing.
Oh, yes.
So that's known as cameo glass.
Okay. I think of cameo glass as that Gallet. Isn't it Gallet?
Mm-hmm. We're getting there.
Okay.
So Kelsey Murphy, she's now world renowned for her work in cameo glass. But she started in the 80s as a graphic designer and sign painter outside of Cincinnati. She was doing sign painting, and then she started etching glass after an accident. So she was using sandblasting to take paint off of a wooden cabinet that had a mirror. Her daughter came in, and she turned, and she accidentally sprayed the sand over the mirror. She realized that it made an interesting effect. So then she went and covered it up and started making designs on glass.
Okay.
And so she opened a company called Glass Expectations in 1981. They were etching glass for everybody, like restaurants, sneeze guards, like you name it, and it was flat glass, they etched on it. And in order to meet demand, she had to hire a number of people and build machines to make the etching process a little more exact. And one of those was Robert Baumkamp, who was an aviation machinist. And he eventually became the manager for their Glass Expectations. And then something happened, and they were asked to etch college logos on barware, like rocks glasses, etc. And they were on their way back from North Carolina, and they had gotten an order for somebody wanted a large vessel etched, like a large vase. They couldn't find anybody who could make vases that large. And so they stopped by Pilgrim Glass in West Virginia and to see if they could get glass from them to etch. And once Alfred Nobler, the founder of Pilgrim Glass, found out about this, he asked for, to see their work. And he's like, listen, we could try something really exciting. So he asked them to participate in what became Pilgrim's Masterworks program. And so that's when they delved into cameo glass. And now, what is cameo glass? Now, this is a throwback too.
Yes. The Portland vase.
The Portland vase. So it's a painstaking process. So after the glass has been made and annealed, the mask is taped to the glass, and then each piece is sand carved by hand. Now people use aluminum oxide crystals under pressure. But back in Roman times, they used beeswax as a mask, and they hand chiseled the porcelain vase from just 2 colors of glass. In this case, it was black glass and white glass. And then in 1876, John Northwood copied the porcelain vase, and other glass artists across Europe started using the same technique, including one whom we've discussed, Emile Gallé. Art Nouveau. So back to, we're hitting all the history highlights today. But with her machinist partner, Kelsey was able to push the boundaries of this art form to astonishing new heights, literally. This vase on the right is the highest known piece of cameo glass to date. It was 6 foot 2 inches tall. And so since she came on and they started working with Pilgrim Glass, she became the artistic director. And she worked with these glassmakers who knew how glass functioned, because the reason cameo glass is so rare and expensive is before they started experimenting, the breakage rate was 95%.
Oh.
You could carve a piece completely, get it to the done state, and you only had a 5% chance of that continuing to exist. So, and up until this point, there was only ever the max 5 colors in cameo glass. And using the knowledge of the Pilgrim Glass Union and Robert Blomkamp, who was an aviation machinist, he added computer programming into this process. So, can you say that again? Stop. My Alexa is named Computer. So, thinks I'm talking to him. So by realizing which variables made the glass so brittle and limiting those, like how cold the tools were that they took it off the blowpipe, how much gas pressure was in the furnaces, all of that, they found the sweet spot. And they were able to push the number of colors up to 11, which was unheard of. And it's now known as super cameo. Because
that's awesome.
To 5 was regular cameo. Yeah. And as you can see, I love this piece here because, like, if you look at the mouth of the vase, you can see the colored layers of glass.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's astounding, really.
Usually, the base layer was crystal because it was cheapest and most, strongest, because lead crystal usually was strong. But when she was the artistic director for Pilgrim about 20 years, Pilgrim did close in 2001. Kelsey and Blomkamp opened their own studio here in Wayne County, West Virginia. It was known as Heaven's Glasswork because, we're in almost heaven, West Virginia. And so works made here in their personal glass shop is marked Made in Heaven. Because Almost Heaven, West Virginia. But once Pilgrim closed,
Almost Heaven, West Virginia is a town.
No, Almost Heaven, West Virginia is like our tagline.
Okay.
Almost Heaven.
Okay.
So they did do special releases for both Fenton and Blinko. So this fairy on the left.
That fairy vase.
Was a Fenton design. Well, she designed for Fenton. And then they taught them how to. She didn't necessarily etch these. They taught Fenton's glassworkers how to do it. But they used her designs.
But this fairy design is Kelsey's.
Yes, it is a Kelsey Murphy design. And then these 3 on the left were special ones she did for Blinko.
Oh, look at that blue butterfly. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh yeah, in the front.
In
I
the
was like,
front.
and then the back is cobalt, has fish on it.
Ooh, I really like the one in the front.
And then the rest, we're just gonna look at pretty
Wow.
pictures. So
Look
this one
at
is
this.
currently for sale. This one is called Dryads in Blue, and like traditional, Art Nouveau, she was influenced by nature. She was influenced by mythology.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely like followed the traditional themes, but in
Mm-hmm.
her own way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can see the dryads, can you see them in the trees?
I can.
The
Definitely the one
female
on the
forms.
left. Yeah.
This is one she did for Fenton. This is Fenton's Burmese, so you know it glows. This is called the
Beautiful.
Gauley River Sunrise. Gauley River is a river here in West Virginia.
Oh, it's beautiful. So are these designs, is the Kelsey Murphy name on these Fenton vases at all, or you would just have to know? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's usually signed at the bottom. And I think I have some pictures that show you where her signature is. Sometimes it's in the image itself, like she carves her name into it. And other times it's just etched in the bottom.
Ooh.
Look at this. Isn't that lovely?
It looks like a mosaic, but
yeah,
glass.
So it was mosaic color over black glass, most likely black amethyst. And it looks like it's carnivalized even. So yeah, there was a number of these black ones and I was drooling over all of them. They're out of my budget, but I'm keeping my eye out. Universe.
Wow.
For
so
all
of these art pieces that she did for Fenton and Blanco, this was all in the early aughts, like the early 2000s?
Early aughts. Up to, I want to say 20, I think she was doing the Blanco line in 2014. So fun. Where's the next one? Peacock.
Oh,
this is a Fenton. And if you look here on the bottom, it says Kelsey Bomb Camp. Okay. And then numbered. These are all limited runs. So there were never more than, I don't know, I think this said 750 for the Peacock base. Because this was
it's either 750 or 950, but I think it's 750.
750. So this was number 275 out of 750. And these ones that I have prices for, these are ones I found currently for sale on eBay or the like.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember the Ivy fairy lamp in the museum that I really liked that looked like this? That was
I do remember. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, and I found this one. I'm like, oh, 280 is not bad. Did not buy it. But it was absolutely, I love the tulips. I find it's so lovely. And this really is one that she did while she was at Pilgrim. This is from their studio. It's called the Gala Vase. And oh my gosh, the detail. Like, can you see how thick that dark green is? Obviously, the outer color was dark green. And then down to the cobalt base layer. And then there's naked green people swimming at the bottom. I don't know what's happening, but I like it. So pretty. I'd be afraid to touch these. Absolutely. I would be afraid.
Yeah, that's what Michelle was saying earlier. She's like, oh God, don't let me touch it. She's like, I'd break it.
Don't touch it. This is one I want.
Oh, wow.
So, funnily enough, look, there's a little castle.
Oh my goodness.
So this is called Fire in the Sky. And Brocante and Murphy designed this for Fenton to sell on QVC in 2009.
Oh.
So this is a QVC special.
But price is unknown. Is that just because?
Yeah, I can't find one for sale.
Wow.
Of course I can't. Because I want it.
Yeah.
But just look at like the orange mosaic colors in the fire in the sky. And then the detail of that dragon. Ah, yeah. Love it. You know me and dragons, obviously. Yeah. If you're interested in learning more about Kelsey Murphy and Robert Baumkamp. Now, Robert Baumkamp did pass away in 2018. I can't find information on, and they had both moved to Florida shortly before that time. So they no longer live in West Virginia. They retired to Florida. I can't find any information on what Kelsey's doing now. Her website's no longer active. So I hope she's well. But if you are interested in hearing them speak about the process and see some of the works, because there's a really interesting portion of this video about a Huntington doctor who hired them to make this entire line of pieces from the last remaining glass from the Pilgrim glass factory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting. So if you want to see it, it is on YouTube.
Okay.
Via the West Virginia Public Broadcasting Agency. Oh, wait. I was about to send y'all the StreamYard link.
Lasting impressions.
Yeah. And I will put that down here in the chat. And yeah.
Just
there's another one. There's a few books on them as well because of the sheer volume that she was able to make, because they had it down to they were only getting 3% glass breakage.
Wow.
And even though this line made Pilgrim millions of dollars, they had to close their doors in 2001 because back then natural gas, which is what was used to fire the furnaces at that point in time, was exorbitantly expensive. In a funny turn of events, now natural gas in West Virginia is extremely cheap because of the Marcellus Shale. So it's the difference 20 years now. So
I wonder if the art form and the techniques that they created, did they die when they closed down Pilgrim? Does anybody have that knowledge passed on?
They did teach people at both Fenton and Blinko to do this, and other people have broken off and done their own versions, but I haven't found any reference to anybody else using the amount of colors that Kelsey Murphy did.
Wow.
So that's my not so history highlight.
I loved it
for this evening. Did you bring a favorite thing? I was gonna bring a favorite thing.
I did bring just like some new things that I have picked up from our friends here on YouTube. And I wanted to say hi, Jeannie and Leanne. They came in during the history highlight. Hello.
Hey, so good to see you. Hey, Jeannie.
So yeah, I've got two things that, well, actually technically three things if you count my new earrings. But and then one thing. Laura? Yeah, one thing that, yes, I got some new Laura earrings, just like some daintier ones. But do you remember last week when I said I said it was an egg cup. It's not an egg cup. It's a toothpick holder. But I said I lost it.
Yeah, you found it?
Michelle found it. She had to send it to me. It was in her car.
Michelle's house? Oh, no.
What? Yeah, it's just a little Victorian toothpick holder.
That matches my goblet.
It's so cute. Little girl just hanging out. She's like kind of pouty or kind of melancholy.
Well,
I
they left her to guard the barrel of something, and she's not allowed to drink it. That's what it is.
So I'm so happy that Michelle found it. She's like, I almost threw it away because it was like small and in a little black bag. Like you barely, I guess, make it out. But she found it. She sent it to me, which I'm so
Yay!
happy. Oh, Laura's here.
Mm-hmm.
See, so this is one of my new favorite things. I can take it out if you guys want to see, but these are, oh, Laura, I don't remember, but like 1890 something
Ooh.
pattern, just real skinny, a little like daintier than the last ones I got. And then I also got this from Mary, Ancestral Beginnings, on one of her sales. I won.
We make you bigger.
There were three of us. There were three of us wanting
95 Lincoln.
And I got lucky. My number got drawn. Mary, Ancestral Beginnings. So this is new that I love. So awesome. And then another new thing that I got was a little piece of ephemera from Patrick's drop sale. The drop sale for May. I think it was, yeah. And it's just a little piece of ephemera advertising the style of shoe. And of course, I thought it'd be great for Halloween just because it's kind of a witchy looking shoe. And right now I'm having it hang out with my shoe buckles. So I thought it was great. So I picked this up from him. So a couple new favorite things that I've gotten.
I went to the flea market with Laura on Sunday, of course.
Oh, 1895. 1895, this pattern. Isn't that cool? Sorry.
So I haven't looked through this, but right as we were leaving the flea market, I was I'm working on it. There was a guy who had a bunch of clear glass, and so I was like, maybe I need to stop here. So I found a pair of Fenton clear glass lotus candle holders.
Ooh.
Do you want to know what I paid for them?
Between you and Michelle, the two of you girls are just killing me with your flea markets and awesome prices. But yes, tell me what you paid for it.
$2.
That's awesome.
Laura did not try to control me. She kept me like, okay, you don't have money. You can just Venmo me. You can pay me back.
Laura, what can you do? I mean, tackle her to the ground?
But these are older Fenton. These are, Depression era. And then, now I wouldn't have bought this if it wasn't for Miss Laura. But it's a thing of matchbooks. But look, it's very mid-century. Look at the mid-century design on the jar.
That's a really cute jar. Yes.
It's a great jar.
Yes.
And I'm excited to just look at these matchbooks.
Yes.
Mary and George got married in 1981. Mary and George. Hopefully they're still together.
Yes.
Victoria Station. The crab cooker. Well, there's a lot of seafood places. I love these little box ones.
Yeah.
I
love the box ones just because I like those type of matches. But if I were to collect matchbooks, I think I would want the old style flip up.
The books, the folding books.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole lot. But if you want a starter matchbook collection, let me know because I don't. but I had to buy it anyway.
To get the jar?
I'll sell it with the jar. The jar is great. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any fun ones in here. I really like this little seafood one. See if there's any risque ones in here.
Laura says that matchbook is from your former coworker, George.
No, it's not. I don't think they ever actually got married. Oh, here we go. Chardon Motel. Clean. Reasonable. Modern. Look at that motel sign.
That's cute. That would be cute. Yeah, I think matchbooks are a fun thing, but that could get crazy. I feel like you need to have a theme. Either just motels would be fun, or just like you said, certain restaurants. Whether it be seafood or whatever.
It can't be. Did they ever actually get married, Laura? Anyway. George, our former coworker, was a character. A character. Here's another motel. For your entertainment, the Hearth. The Madison Motel. Anyway, there's some from Vegas. When you're in loves, the whole world's delicious.
Oh yeah, I remember Loves. We had a Loves in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Stuckies. But anyway, it was a cool jar. Now I'm gonna sit here all night and just look through all these matchbooks.
That's fun.
So that was my fun finds for the weekend. I think, was that everything?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got another glass washboard.
You got a second one? Do you want to? Are they both hanging up in your laundry room?
They're in my laundry room. So, as you know, I had goose. I keep calling them ducks.
Mm-hmm.
So, the previous owner put geese contact paper, with the blue bows on a window in my laundry room. And my friend was like, why don't you just put like a stained glass window there? And then I got the one glass washboard and I put it up in the window, but there was room for another one.
There's room for another one.
So the light will still come through and it mainly hides the geese.
That's perfect.
Yeah. But it's like a washboard window now.
I like it. Awesome. Well, this was a wonderful Monday show.
It was an easy Monday show. I'm working on something fun for a future one, but I don't want to give it away until it's...
Yeah, I know what I want to do for next week, but I haven't started yet because I'm editing a video right now, but I will work on it. So everyone, don't forget to come visit us next week on my channel. Should I tell them what the history highlight is or should I wait?
Well, it's up to you. I like to surprise people. So.
I know you do. You like to surprise. Well, I'll definitely post it on Instagram probably by like Friday or Saturday. So, okay. Well, this was fun. And did you have anything happening that you wanted to talk about? Or...
No,
I know you were thinking of doing some sales this month, or
yes,
maybe.
I might be doing some whatnot here in the near future. Okay. I just have to get things together.
Okay. Well, in 5 minutes, if you want to go visit Jason Mother Tucker's, they're having a big sale over there. So
I think Misty's on tonight.
Yes, Misty's going to be a guest. So go visit Jason and tell them that us gals over at B&B Monday sent y'all.
Yeah, she's got a whole Howard Ketchup weirdo. Fun times. But we'll see you all in the chat. I hope you all have a fantastic week. And we will see you next time.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Thanks for
everybody.
coming. Bye, y'all.